Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I'm your host, Kirk Leins, and in our kitchen today, we have a familiar face. With me is Amine Ernst. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good, thanks.
Awesome.
What are you making for us today?
Today we're going to do preserved lemons.
Love that.
So our end product will be some nice preserved lemons in olive oil that we can use for lots of different dishes.
Well, we need to talk about that
Okay.
because I'm sure there's going to be a good amount of people who've preserved lemons. I've never heard of this. So, Moroccan.
Actually, I learned it from some Italian people. So
Real? Okay, well, I guess
yeah.
it's something that I would imagine.
Mediterranean. For
Yeah,
sure,
Mediterranean, but I always know it as a sort of a Moroccan thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just a way of taking lemons and preserving them and then being able to use them in tons of dishes, right?
Right, and really intensifying the flavor. So it's
Yes.
it's just a great burst of flavor to add to any dish.
It's one of those things that once you make these, you keep them around the house, and then you can add them to things like stews or soups or whatever, and just one little preserved lemon,
Yeah.
and that's all it'll take, and
Yeah.
now you've got something that is elevated.
Right, so today we're going to use it with broccolini. We're going to saute some broccolini
Yum.
and put preserved lemons on it, and then also make a preserved lemon aioli that's going to go on a sandwich.
I love that. I love both those ideas. So, all right, let's get started.
Okay, so to get started, we'll use some lemons. You can use
that
you can use any kind of lemon, but I've got Eurekas here.
Okay.
And I think I might have some Meyer lemons in here, so you really can mix and match.
Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? Now, have you ever done it with any other citrus fruits like orange or anything like that?
No, I've never thought to do that.
I think the lemon works so well because it's such a big flavor. The orange, I don't know if it would get lost. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like such a great idea.
Worth a
What kind
try
of
on a
dish would you use
Sunday,
it?
right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do like 2 lemons here.
And you know, another thing. Obviously, as you can see, we've got. I mean, you've done your shopping at the farmers market.
Absolutely.
Which is beautiful, but. This is perfect if you have a lemon tree in your backyard. Because what is your biggest, because I have one. I just got a new yard with a lemon tree, and one of the biggest problems is using up the lemons.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is a great way. It's a great gift to give people.
Great. I mean, come on, right?
You put it in a little jar.
Wrap a bow around that,
absolutely,
and
yeah.
you have a nice gift. Perfect.
Yeah, it's and it's just a little taste of summer too. So for people who live
Throughout
like
the
where
year.
it's cold,
You
can have that nice citrus flavor. So I just took a few of the big seeds out.
And now okay, so you don't have to go crazy with the seeds, but just.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want any big pits in there, but
Right.
it's good to go.
And you've got those probably about, what, a 1/4 inch thick, 1/3 inch
I would
thick?
think so. Yeah, you don't want it too thin because they'll fall apart in the preserving
breakdown.
process. Yeah. So we're just going to take some rock salt and cover. You can use a big dish if you're doing more lemons. So what really does the trick here is the salt and then some sunshine. So.
Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to draw some of the water out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we're just going to lay these on top of the salt.
All right.
And you just kind of want them spread out.
And cover them, okay.
And then cover them with more salt.
And, you know, I think people looking at this are going to be like, isn't that going to make it really salty? No, it doesn't.
No, but you do get some of the salt, but when it's in the olive oil, oh my gosh, you can have...
It's appropriate.
Yeah.
It's appropriate,
And
right.
the oil from that is amazing for salad dressing or any kind of cooking.
Well, and also, too, you know, salt is, have you ever salt crusted an entire fish?
I've never done that, but it sounds like it would be
You know,
really
when you
delicious.
look at it, I mean, it's an ungodly amount of salt. I mean, you look at using like 2 boxes of kosher salt to do it. And so when you're looking at it, it's like, how is this not going to be salty?
Right.
And it just isn't. It makes like a crust, and it just... delicious.
Yeah, so this is, I would put this out in a kitchen window or outside where you've got sunny days. And, you know, we live where it's humid at night or moist at night, so I bring it in at night and just stick it back
How
out there.
long is that going to take?
A couple of days.
Okay, so 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. So
And-
I've got some here that were in the sun for a couple of days.
Okay.
And so we just take it.
I mean, and when you talk about like old school, it doesn't get any more old school than using salt to preserve something. It's like the first
Yeah.
refrigerator right there.
And you get these beautiful, you know, they're dried. There's still some salt on there. It's up to you how much of it you want to scrape off, but really a little bit of it is good flavor, and it'll come off into the olive oil.
And then the olive oil, makes it dissipate and
Yeah.
sort of flavors the olive oil too.
So we just kind of scrape these off, and
And that's all there is to it,
that's all there is. And then we're going to put some olive oil on top.
And now, how long would that keep for?
oh, you can keep this for months. You know, I wouldn't go more than 2 months. Usually in my
once-
cupboard, it doesn't last more than 2 months. But
I was going to say, well, you're going to probably use it up. Now, do you keep them in the cupboard then?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, see, this was a Meyer, and it kind of falls apart, but it's okay. You just
Yeah.
kind of get whatever salt you can get off and stick it in there.
Yeah, and this is one of those things that when you do have it around, you will find excuses to use it.
Yes.
Like, I wonder what this would taste
Yeah.
like, preserved lemon in it.
Exactly.
Right, right.
Exactly. And so that's all you do. And you would fill up your jar,
Cover it with olive oil.
cover it with olive oil.
Done. Easy.
Yeah.
3 ingredients. 3 very wonderful ingredients.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
mean,
get any
this-
more pure than lemons, olive oil, and
This
salt.
is such a great gift to give someone. You just,
Yeah, and for like kind of anything, like going over their home for dinner.
Yeah.
Or as like a host or hostess gift sort of situation, or
Right.
anything.
yeah.
You know.
So
Office workers.
it's that easy.
So instead of bringing the bag of lemons from your tree that you can't use up to the office,
Right.
bring preserved lemons. It'd be a much bigger hit. Right on.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so we're gonna now taking this. We're gonna now make a couple of
Yes.
dishes with it. And,
Yes.
And I mean, once again, I mean, we're not limited to just what we're doing here. I mean, I like to use it
Oh, yeah,
for me, like stews, like any type of stew. I don't care if it's like beef stew or whatever. 1 preserved lemon in it, and you don't sit there and go, "Wow, that's lemony."
Yeah.
It just the acid in there just takes it
That's
to another
great.
level.
I'm going to have
yeah.
to try that. That sounds great. Well, today we're going to do, and you can do this with any vegetable,
Okay.
we're going to do broccolini.
All right.
And I'm just like fascinated by broccolini, so we're going to use this broccolini
Hybrid
here.
man-made vegetable.
But when you go to the farmer's market, there's so many things. So I just keep asking the farmers. I'm like, well, what's this? So this is Chinese broccoli.
Oh, now
it's
this-
a little more leafy.
This, but delicious, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we ran across this one, and I'm like, well, this looks like broccolini, and it turns out it's called yu choy, and it is a cross between bok choy and broccoli.
Oh,
so
love it.
I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
you can
any of
see it
these
where
you could
the
use.
stalks are not quite as dense as broccoli.
Right,
It's
exactly.
a little bit, yeah.
Yes.
But that looks, I like the yellow flowers on there.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
beautiful.
nice. Yeah,
So
no,
we're going to use this.
Good stuff. I mean, Chinese broccoli, I mean, domestic broccoli, I don't know. I don't think it has anything on Chinese broccoli.
Yeah, and this,
To me, so good.
I mean, the kids will even eat some of the stem. It's not
Right, and I think that's one of the nice things about broccolini is that it takes it's far less, for lack of a better word, kind of gassy flavored, or you don't
Right.
get that sort of harshness.
That's true.
With
That's true.
and my son loves it as well.
So we're going to get our pan warmed up a little bit.
Now you split them in half lengthwise.
Yes.
That
so
is
they're,
to just kind of.
and I'm going to take off the bottoms too, because that's,
all right.
there we go. Yeah, so we've got them. It just helps them cook a little better, especially the stem, because really you can eat every part of this.
Sure. Now we should say that this would be something that you would typically do as like a side dish for
Yeah.
anything.
You could do it for anything, for lamb, for chicken, for tofu.
Anything grilled.
Anything. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's nice.
Yeah, today we're going to have it with our sandwich, I mean, you can have
Beautiful.
it hot off the stove, or it even tastes good when it's room temperature. It's,
Yeah, well, and the integrity sort of holds together.
Yeah,
It doesn't. That's not one of those
exactly.
vegetables that's going to fall apart when it sits around.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get a little bit of olive oil in
Okay.
there.
You got a nice little cast iron pan here, which is always good.
Oh, yeah. It's been through a lot of cooking.
Oh, it's seasoned beautifully. I can tell by just looking at it. Great, and it's nice because it's got it's even distribution of heat.
Yeah.
That's great.
So when you see it's warm enough, we'll
Yeah, I've got this
get the
cranked,
broccoli on
but
there.
okay. Now, have you ever any other vegetables that you would do? Maybe cauliflower.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You could do cauliflower. You could do carrots.
Yeah.
Just kind of cut them that
Yep.
way too.
Right.
There's so many greens. Bok choy you could do.
Right.
And
Even root vegetables come wintertime, like turnips. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
how fun would that
That would be good.
Who eats turnips? Who goes? I made turnips the other night, and it had been a while, and I was shocked at how ridiculously cheap they are. I mean, it's like, you've got like a couple pounds of turnips, and it's like not even $1. And you're like, wow, okay.
My mom puts them in stew, and it's actually
Which-
kind of tasty.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I think in terms of like the average shopper, we don't buy a ton.
Yeah.
You know?
I am surprised to see them at the store. Like, yeah, who's using it?
Okay, I
it looks
think we're
like
good.
it's warm
I'm
enough.
starting to see a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't want to splatter you.
No, you're
but
good.
We'll put in about that much.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't want to crowd it. So we want to get a good good scorching on there, and then we're going to add just a tiny bit of water and put the lid on.
Oh, I got you. So it'll steam the rest of the way
Yes.
through.
Yeah.
All right, because I was wondering, I was like, if she's going to do it entirely in the pan, I was thinking, oh, maybe she should have blanched it first
Right,
or
yeah.
parboiled it first. But I see what you're doing. You're kind of handling
Yeah,
it.
you know me. I don't like a lot of steps in my cooking, so this is like...
But you just alleviated me from having to clean up another pot.
Right, exactly.
One
pot dishes are great.
That's me. I like take everything out of the kitchen and I wreck it,
Yeah, so that's looking good.
Uh-huh. There we go. It's beautiful. And look at how the intensity of the green, just you added a little heat to it.
Right.
And it just sort of pumped up the volume there. Beautiful. All right. Can we salt this now yet, or?
I'm not going to salt it because I'm going to put preserved lemons on there.
Right, and that's good call, and maybe something else that we should kind of tell people is that if you're cooking with the preserved lemons, go easy on the seasoning.
Right.
Until you've added the preserved lemon, and then go, okay, it still needs more. Otherwise, the other way around could be.
Yeah, you could end up with a
pizza
really
Okay.
So while you're doing that, I think we might be ready to add a little bit of water now.
Okay.
And then if you could get the lid.
Sure thing.
Just about that much.
Oh, we're talking like not even a tablespoon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't want it to be soupy at all.
Right, because the nice thing about that cast iron pan is it's probably going to caramelize parts of the broccolini, right? You can get a little bit of brown.
Right, exactly. That's what we want.
Brown food's good.
That's right. And so I'm going to take a couple pieces of preserved lemon here.
Okay. I bet you that. Now, the other benefit to packing it in olive oil like this is you have some delicious olive oil at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, some really, that can be for anything from dipping bread to making salad dressings.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
In fact, the last time I did it, my son was like, Mom, what are you doing with that good salt? Because I was using like New Zealand sea salt. I said, I don't know, I'm going to toss it. And he goes, no, why don't you just like...
Make some lemon salt.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And use it on dishes. And I thought, wow, that's a great idea. So that's what I'm going to do now.
It's like the whole putting the used vanilla bean into your sugar.
Yeah.
Is that not the best?
A good chef never wastes, right?
Right. Well, and it's like, it's just so delicious. It's just like that, vanilla flavored sugar.
Yeah.
What can't you make with that?
Right. Okay, I think we're good there.
All right.
Oh, that's a beautiful color.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Okay.
Okay, we can turn off the heat and take it off.
All right. Do you want to go right to a plate with these?
Sure.
Or?
Yeah, we'll go right to a plate and then we'll top it with.
I got you. You're going to go right on top.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Oh, those are nicely. In fact, if you turn that over, look at how nice it is.
Yeah, and see, this is what I was talking.
Yes.
That right there, that's the money right there. That is so good.
Yes. And the color, we maintain like the nice green color.
I will go as far as to say that these are perfect.
Yeah.
I
think we're a good team here.
That is absolute. Look at that.
So I would just
okay.
Kind of get some of that.
Let it do its thing, right?
Yeah.
And you could even like drizzle a little bit of that olive oil.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Can we?
Yes, let's do it.
I don't want to change the recipe, but
I'm all for trying new things.
Let's pump up the volume.
Okay. And then this is optional, but you could add a little.
Here.
See, do you have a spoon?
Yeah, I do. Look at that.
I didn't want to pour the whole jar.
Oh.
Oh, that looks fantastic. And then we're going to sprinkle it with a little crushed red chili pepper.
Ah, okay. Good thing that I also have that right here.
Yes. Okay.
Just, your wish is my command.
Go. And this is optional. You really don't need to. But
I like that idea, though. I like kind of offsetting some of. Yeah, really good. And it also sort of plays on the whole like the Italian broccoli rabe, the rapini.
Yeah.
With the garlic and crushed red pepper, sort of plays on that a little bit. But that is beautiful.
Yep.
Nice.
And so easy.
Yes. Now we are making a sandwich, correct?
Yes. So our next step is our sandwich.
I'm gonna get some of this stuff out of the way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sound good?
In fact, I'm going to have you, if you don't mind, wipe that out because we're going to use that pan for toasting our bread in a little bit.
Oh, we need it. Oh, we need it for bread.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will not do that so quickly then.
So we are going to, for the sandwich, we're going to toast a little bread. So let's just toast it now.
Get that out of the way.
Get that out of the way, and then we can.
We might actually still even be hot enough.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
I think we are. So now here's the question. for toasting our bread, I was going to use olive oil. Do you want to use lemon oil?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I want to use.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put a little bit of that in.
Okay.
I'd go with like a tablespoon.
Yeah, just to kind of. Yeah, I can hear it's still warm.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that should be good.
I've got ciabatta bread, but you could use any bread.
Right.
And we're just going to toast it on one side.
Let me just. I don't want it to be all oily in one spot, but that is going to be perfect. Great.
Nice.
Toasting one side.
Yes.
Beautiful. 3 slices?
Yep.
Are we going to make like a club situation here?
Well, we could do 4 slices.
All right. So, and that's going to just take a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we'll let that go.
And I'll watch that for you. And when that's done, I'll kind of get that off. And
Okay, so while that's going, we'll make the aioli with our preserved lemons.
Okay. And an aioli is basically, for people who don't know, is a garlic mayonnaise.
Yes. This one will not have garlic.
Okay.
It's going to have, because you'll see why. We're going to have garlic and some other ingredient in our sandwich.
So it would just be too, like, garlic
Yes.
crazy. Understood.
So this is just going to be the preserved lemons, mayonnaise, a little bit of olive oil, and a little water just to give it a good, smooth consistency.
Sounds good.
So I'm just going to add this to what I'd already chopped here. It's just so fun to play with the, you know, when you have an ingredient like this, it can go.
And you know what I like about this too is that a lot of times when you, like if you were doing like, let's say jarring or, you know, anything along those lines, you're not going to jar one jar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're kind of doing, that's the type of thing that you do where you're spending all day and you're putting up like, 20 or 30 of them.
Right, yeah.
This, you could do that with.
Or you could do just one jar.
Or you could do one jar.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. That's what I like.
I do too, yeah.
So for my short attention span, this works perfectly.
And sometimes you only have one jar, so it works.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got our preserved lemons in there. And next we'll add our mayonnaise.
Okay.
I'm going to borrow this fork.
Oh yeah, it's getting there.
So I would put in about 2 tablespoons. Just kind of mix things in there.
Nice.
So you're going to have nice chunks, but no one, it's not going to be a big, overwhelming piece.
How about that being the beginning of a delicious tartar sauce?
Oh,
right?
That's a good idea.
Add a little chopped pickle to that, huh?
Oh, that could be good.
I think so too.
Okay. So I added about a tablespoon or so.
Oh, I see. So you're kind of making it like more like real thin, like
yes.
Even thinner than like a dressing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of mayo, but I love aioli, so I just kind of make it more lemony.
All right, that makes sense. I mean, sometimes I think it's for a lot of people it's that creamy texture, a little too creamy.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, here we go. Now it's starting to.
Oh yeah,
right?
Just a little more and we'll be good to go. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got our aioli made. We could add a little pepper to that.
Yeah, that would be nice. There's so many directions that you could take that right there.
Yeah. Just get creative. If there's an herb you like, throw it in there.
Thinking dill.
Yeah.
Right?
I would do tarragon.
Ooh, I like tarragon too. That's good, yep.
Okay, so we've got that ready. We'll have it sit there. So this is going to be an artichoke antipasta salad, which I don't know about you, but I love artichokes, so I just put it in everything.
Okay.
And this would be a great picnic lunch. You could...
You know, when I was looking at the ingredients here, the first thing that sort of struck me is it's almost like, it reminds me a little bit of like the olive salad that you find in a muffaletta sandwich.
Yes, exactly.
And you probably could, if you wanted to put some lunch meats in there with this.
You absolutely could, yeah. I've got a vegetarian in the family, so I got to keep everybody happy.
That's right.
But that's a great way to do it, because you just add a little lunch meat, and the meat eaters have their meat.
Mm-hmm. I think we're good on
so I just used a jarred artichoke, like a marinated artichoke.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it a rough chop.
All right.
You still want people to get like a nice bite of artichoke, but not huge.
I'm going to move this out of the way now.
Perfect, yeah. Okay.
All right. Great.
And we can just...
now we've got some room.
Yes. So I'm going to add this, and if you don't mind chopping about a quarter of that red onion.
You got it. You got it. Not a problem. I'm liking the direction that this is going.
Lots of flavor.
Yeah, and you know, you're making this vegetarian friendly. You know, you leave out. I see you have a little bit of mozzarella over there.
Yes.
You leave that out, and now all of a sudden you've got vegan friendly.
That's true, and in fact, what we do sometimes is leave the mozzarella on the side,
Okay.
because you know some people have allergies or they don't eat dairy. So I leave it on the side, and when you make your sandwich, you just add it in yourself.
Right, and
but we're going to mix it in today.
You can do the same thing with like a nice Italian salami, like a nice sopressata.
Yeah.
You know, have that, and now you've got one dish that'll feed everybody you know.
Now here's where our garlic is coming in. We've got garlic stuffed olives.
Are we good with that?
That's perfect, yeah.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put that in. So if you don't find garlic stuffed, it's no problem. Just add a little garlic to your aioli.
Okay, yeah, right.
But we're just going to chop up a few of these. Again, like just a rough, these are just sliced. Mm-hmm. You can even throw some in whole if you want.
Looks delicious already. It's like well, I love olives. I could make a meal out of olives and artichokes.
Yeah. So just throw in all your favorite things.
And now with all the markets having like olive bars and stuff, I mean, you
That's
can get them
true.
stuffed with blue cheese. You could get them stuffed with anchovy. You could get it stuffed with jalapeno. I mean,
Exactly. So just take the flavor that you want in your food, and that sounds
Yep.
good. That's about a good amount of olives.
okay.
So with the fresh mozzarella, we're just going to just cut them in half, make them kind of more.
You've got the little
Bite-sized.
cilanginis.
Yes. So if you end up with the bigger piece.
Just dice it up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got that.
But it's kind of nice because the shape sort of mimics the olive.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
There we go. My husband says they look like Pac-Mans. All right.
These things are dangerous because you can just.
Yeah, they're such a good snack. Why is that dangerous?
I don't know. That's all I could think of. Really not. I don't look at it as danger.
Okay, that's a
I look
good
at
amount.
Deliciousness.
So we're gonna add more things that are okay. This is sun-dried tomato that's been packed in olive oil.
So okay, olive oil packs in.
Yes, this is so much like a muffalata. You're right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God, you have a little celery you need to use up. You can throw that in there.
Yeah.
Carrot.
That's where our onions are gonna give a little crunch and a little
crunch, right?
little punch. I would add a little pepper to this,
Sure, yeah.
even though we have some in our aioli.
Do we need a spoon to toss that?
Yeah, here I've got a spoon.
Do
got
you?
one? Oh,
I've
that's
got
a better
one,
spoon.
too.
That's a good one. Go for
Right?
it. Yeah.
Okay, I will get that. All right, and I have our bread that I have expertly toasted. Look at this.
Oh, beautiful.
Right?
Okay. Good. Now,
Get a little bit of that flavor of that pan on there. All right. Beautiful. All right, now are we gonna put this into that?
we are not
Okay.
because I mean we can. I think it would hold it together really well. But
It's up to you. It's your recipe. I saw that.
I kind of think maybe we should because I usually just drizzle it on, but it might not be bad.
Let's
to put
drizzle it on. I want to do it
Okay.
your way.
Okay.
You-
Well, before we do, I gotta do the tomato.
Oh.
Because this is gonna be a sandwich.
Oh, wow.
With some lettuce and some tomato, and I have to tell you, these gorgeous tomatoes came
right?
to me from Lazy Ranch.
Beautiful
Lazy
heirloom
Yum Ranch,
tomatoes.
yes.
Beautiful.
So, which one do you want to go with?
I think this is going to be
Okay.
prettiest right now.
Yes.
And I also see you have some baby lettuces here too.
Yeah. So
awesome.
let's pull off a few leaves of baby lettuce and
Done.
get our
Done.
sandwich ready.
Okay. Were you gonna?
I'm gonna slice this.
Oh, okay. And were you going thinly sliced, or are you gonna go thickly sliced?
I'm gonna go on the thicker side. Just because with the heirlooms, I don't think they hold up that well when you try to do thinly sliced.
For a tomato like that, I completely agree with you. But for me, it's like I just want so much of that tomato flavor.
Yeah, that
Like,
too.
I think the biggest crime is like the people who make bacon lettuce tomato sandwiches and don't realize that sandwich is really about the tomato.
Oh.
The bacon, you know what? It seems like that would be the leader, but it's really not. It's about a nice thick cut piece of tomato, couple strips of perfectly good thick cut bacon,
Yeah.
lettuce, mayo, you're good.
Nice, nice. Okay, I know, and I feel like when I get a toasted bread, I want to have a bunch of tomato on there to kind of soften it up. I love the flavor of the two together.
Yummy. Just look how juicy that is.
Look at this, beautiful. Look at the colors.
Love it. That's what I'm talking about right there.
And you know, with heirlooms, all that stuff is no big deal.
We've got a couple of
We don't
minutes
have that
here,
much
so
here.
we should get this on
Okay.
the plate. So I do not want to leave this kitchen without
No,
tasting this food.
absolutely not.
Okay?
Okay. I like the crispy bread, but then have our
Right, sort of
aioli
does soften it up a little bit.
There we go.
Playing musical tomatoes.
Yes.
Okay, and then I would imagine.
Yes, that's going to go next.
So a little bit on top.
Yes.
Now we don't need.
Here, I'll hold the plate while you
Yeah, there we go. That's the trick.
There we go. This is where the aioli, if it was in it, would help you keep things together.
Maybe.
But I like to
No, I
stack
don't
it
need
up.
to put it on that one.
No.
Right?
There we go.
This is our open-faced one.
Yes.
And if a little bit of salad spills over to the side, no big deal.
No
That's what a
biggie.
fork is for.
Exactly. And you know, you could have this as a salad. You could have this artichoke any way you want.
Now this.
And we need a little piece of lettuce.
Oh,
Right
thank
here.
you.
There we go.
One of each. Oh my. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Now,
That looks beautiful.
you need a knife to
Yeah.
go right through that, right? Okay. Shall we?
Yeah. Oops. Let's put that back on. There we go.
Okay. I'm going to go with the open face one
Yes.
here.
I have to give you a bib, too.
A fork is in order. That is so good. But what I have to try,
You've got to have the broccolini, yes.
that lemon preserve, great.
Can you taste it? Oh, good.
Oh, it's coming through loud and clear.
Okay.
Let's do this. It looks delicious.
Yeah.
Actually,
Just
you know
go
what?
for it.
Yeah, right?
What do you think?
Great on this, too.
A little spicy, a little punch.
Little kick, little char, little lemon. This is delicious. I could eat this every day. Amine, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirk.
Please make this and join us again next time. Awesome. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Great. Good job.
Awesome.
If you would like a copy of the recipe seen on this show, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations, 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200. That's in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number and the date you saw the show. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. They're located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, give us a call at 310-618-5762 or email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov.